Hi, survivors. It's me, Prepper Zan, reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. Y'all, this is some serious stuff. It's in the last week, they're saying there has been 4 train derailments. They're saying that the lamestream media is not covering it. They're saying that journalists are getting locked up for covering it. They're telling people that the water's okay, but the water is not okay. The water is contaminated. The air is contaminated. People are having to evacuate and leave everything behind. They're saying the fish in the water, the fish in the water are turning belly up, are dying. People there with gardens and whatnot, they're saying they can't even mess with anything in the garden, their fruits, their vegetables, nothing. People are just having to leave everything. I don't know if you guys recall when all that stuff started happening over there in Ukraine. And I said, y'all don't think that stuff won't happen here. I said, we have to be prepared to be displaced at any time. And this is why I always place emphasis on prayer. And this is why I always place emphasis on fasting and, exercising, because y'all, at the end of the day, besides God, all we have are ourselves and our minds and our bodies. And it takes a strong mind to be able to get through things like this. It takes your body to be in a good condition, even if people with disabilities, even if you have a strong mind, especially your mind, you guys, because your mind can get you through all types of things, through anything. And I always add that with prayer and fasting. But these people are having to walk away from everything. We're seeing a lot of things happening with people where they're just losing everything. That's why it's important that we cannot attach ourselves to nothing material in this world. So anyway, this is a sad situation. Now they're saying also it's been derailments in Houston, Texas. Y'all, I'm trying to find it. You can't find any information on it. I heard about this on Redacted. That's REDACTED on that YouTube channel. They cover a lot of stuff that lamestream media won't cover. These people, they don't care about having people in limbo, and they don't want to tell people what's really going on. So let's read what this is saying. But I will encourage y'all to go over there and read and listen to what that news is covering over there in Redacted. But anyway, they're saying, they're showing everything. They're showing the journalists that are getting locked up. They're showing the people. They actually have a journalist out there covering it, saying how the air is so bad. The air is just terrible. The water is just terrible. Man, we're living in some troubling times, man, and we have to stay precautious and we have to stay ready. It said, after the Ohio train derailment, evacuations, toxic chemicals, and water worries. When a train derailed in the village of East Palestine this month, it set off evacuation orders, a chemical scare, and a federal investigation. It says a train carrying toxic chemicals that derailed in East Palestine, Ohio in early February has raised concerns about air, soil, and water pollution in the region. This month, a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed in eastern Ohio, igniting a fire that covered the town of East Palestine in smoke. Fearful of a major explosion, the authorities carved out an evacuation zone and carried out a controlled release of toxic fumes to neutralize burning cargo inside some of the train's cars. Residents feared for their health as concerns have mounted about the effect the derailment and the fire could have on the environment and the transportation network. Here's what to know about what happened and what comes next. What happened around 9 p.m. on February the 3rd. Sorry, you guys. A train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, a village of about 4,700 residents, about 50 miles northwest of Pittsburgh. There were 150 cars on the route from Madison, Illinois to Conway, Pennsylvania. Is that Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh? I'm sorry, you guys. The National Transportation Safety Board, which is investigating, said on February 14th that 38 cars derailed and a fire ensued, which damaged another 12 cars. The train, operated by Norfolk Southern, had been carrying chemicals and combustible materials, with vinyl chloride, a toxic flammable gas, being of most concern to investigators. A huge fire erupted from the derailment, sending thick, billowing smoke into the sky and over the town. Residents on both sides of the Ohio-Pennsylvania border were ordered to evacuate as Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio raised alarms about a possible explosion. Local and federal officials started an investigation that involved the NTSB and the Environmental Protection Agency. The NTSB said its investigation included examining tank cars, car fittings, the locomotive event data recorder, and surveillance video from a residence that showed what appeared to be the failure of a wheel bearing moments before the derailment. A preliminary report is expected by the end of the month, it said. There are concerns about air, soil, and water pollution. On February the 10th, the EPA said that about 20 rail cars were reported to have been carrying hazardous materials. Chemicals include vinyl chloride, butyl acrylate. Y'all see this? ETHEXYL, acrylate, and ethylene glycol, monobutyl ethers were known to have been and continue to be released to the air, surface soil, and surface waters, the EPA said. On February 12th, the EPA, after monitoring the air, said it had not detected contaminants at levels of concern in and around East Palestine, although residents might still smell odors. Working with Norfolk Southern and the Columbiana County Emergency Management Agency. You see this? On February the 12th, the EPA, after monitoring the air, said it had not detected contaminants at levels of concern. This is sad. That's why we can't listen to these people. They also were saying that the water was all right, and that's not true neither. The EPA has screened the air inside about 290 homes as of February 13th and said it had not detected vinyl chloride or hydrogen chloride, which could cause life-threatening respiratory issues. An additional 181 homes were still awaiting screening as of February 13th, the agency said. Fearing an explosion, the authorities performed a controlled release of the toxic materials from 5 train car tankers on February 6th, and the contents were diverted to a trench and burn off. Precautionary measures were being taken in the wider region, particularly in states using water from the Ohio River. The West Virginia subsidiary of American Water, which provides water services in 24 states, said on February 12th that it had not detected any changes in the water at its Ohio River intake site. Still, the company installed a secondary intake on the Guyandotte River in case an alternate source was needed. The subsidiary, which serves more than 500,000, has also enhanced its treatment processes. Man, they going on and on and on and on and on. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. Y'all, we have to protect our own self. I'm telling you because, and have a sense of discernment and know what you have to do for yourself and your family. This is really, really sad. It says residents were evacuated and faced uncertainty. Just after the derailment, 1,500 to 2,000 residents in East Palestine were told to evacuate the area. Schools were closed for the week, along with some roads. Norfolk Southern said it had donated $25,000 to help the American Red Cross set up shelters and deal with the influx of people. On February the 6th, Mr. DeWine extended the evacuation order to include anyone in a 1 by 2 mile area surrounding East Palestine, including parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania. One of the evacuees, Ben Ratner, told the news that he had and his members of his family had been extras in the 2022 movie adaptation of the 1985 Don DeLillo novel White Noise. In that story, a train derails and spills chemicals, causing an airborne toxic event that forces the evacuation of a small Midwestern college town. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it'd be a lot of movies predicting this stuff that's going on. Just like with these balloons in the air. If y'all look at that movie, that last movie that Keke Palmer was in, and that guy from Get Out, I forgot the name of it. I went to the theater to see it with a family member. It was about aliens coming in rural areas, and it was a lot of aliens like in balloons, like balloon aliens, like what they describing with these Chinese balloons and weather balloons. It's something sinister going on out here, and I don't think this stuff is accidental. I really don't, and I'm saying allegedly, y'all. This stuff is it's an attack on human life. that planned the population thing, I think that's really, really true, man. And I'm saying allegedly to all this stuff because I'm not trying to make myself no target out here neither. But something is not right. How this stuff is just going on, but it's predicted to happen before it happened, and then it actually happens. Man, everybody, we all just need to be careful, get it right with God, stay prayerful, and stay being alert and be ready to just evacuate, or whatever you have to do to survive, man. We living in some sinister towns with some sinister people, some sinister non-leaders. Man, it's like they trying to annihilate us, man. And this is all allegedly. But y'all watch this world and watch the weather. Smell your water, boil your water, and purify your water before you use it. Please follow me on Patreon to really hear what I got to say about all of this, because I can't apparently say it on this platform because they're censoring the truth. And please, and if you're looking for land and bug out areas, please go to purplesan.com. I have land and bug out areas for sale. If you're in Texas and you need a bug out location to escape to during these crazy, heinous times, I have bug out locations for as low as $5 a month. You and your family will have immediate access to it, man. I mean, it's just important. I'm not saying get stuff from me, but it's important to have a plan and have a safe place to go outside these cities where they trying to kill us all, allegedly. And y'all keep surviving. This is terrible.